Down a narrow country road in eastern Wood County, Ohio, sits a stand of woods, deep in urban legend, superstition, and mystery. These woods hold many stories, some unexplained, some potentially true, these based on eyewitness reports. Many people have ventured to this location only to find themselves with more questions than answers regarding the strange activities encountered here. These are the Holcomb Woods surrounding Holcomb Road, which stretches under the deep stand of trees that block out the sun and exert a feeling of an encroaching unknown. In the following report, many thanks to all who have contributed to the stories involving the Holcomb Woods online, including postings on ohioexploration.com, hauntin.us, forgottenohio.com, and hauntedhighways.info. Many of these words aren't mine, but reports of others. Come along and find out more. The stories about this road and woods tell of a tragedy involving a school bus accident and the death of several kids and the driver. It's been told how you can see red eyes in the woods along with children looking at you through the trees. There have also been reports of a phantom light floating toward you if you stop and park at the entrance of the woods, or that the single light may chase you out of the woods. One personal account goes as follows.
Well, we didn't see any red eyes. We got there right around dusk and drove down the road the first time. We were nervous, of course, because we had read all the stories. As we headed toward the woods, we noticed a vehicle approaching us. Oddly enough, it was an old school bus. That was freaky, but it really was a bus. We watched it as it drove past us. Besides the bus, the first time we just drove through and nothing really happened. My sister snapped pictures as I drove. It was kind of funny, though, how when I looked in the rearview mirror, I saw a single headlight behind us. When I pulled over to turn around, we were pushed by a beat-up old truck with a busted headlight. I guess you could say we did get filed home by a lie.
The school bus story was helped along, some might even say caused, by the long-time presence of a junk school bus in the woods. A local source states that this rusty bus was not far from the road, and that so many stories were told about it over the years that local teens made it a rite of passage to go there at night and attempt to contact the souls of those killed in the presumed bus accident. They also got drunk and spray painted every available surface, evidence of which was still present when web editors for forgottenohio.com made their own pilgrimage there in early 2005. They saw no school bus, but did see some profoundly deep, old ruts in the mud leading back into the woods, something akin to the remains of a dirt road, though the mud looked like it would suck a Freightliner down to the hood ornament. This was blocked by two massive logs the size of telephone poles. Trees nearby were spray painted with words like boo and Satan, and empty containers of the cheapest beer imaginable littered the ditches on either side of the road. The woods are a dark and freaky quarter mile, one of those close-grown wooded areas where the branches meet overhead and turn the road into a kind of tunnel. In the daytime, it's as shady as can be, but at night, it's quite pitch black. It's not hard to see how a stretch of road like this could acquire a scary reputation. Without a junked school bus to remind everyone just who the ghosts are, other stories are being told about the haunted woods. One has a man killing his family with an axe in the area. They say his ghost is the one you're most likely to encounter there. Likely these stories may simply be more urban legends. Some reports mention finding half-starved abandoned kittens in or near the Holcomb Woods. Now, be sure to check for ghost kittens before drawing conclusions about whether this location is haunted or not. Other local reports that if they point their headlights toward the Holcomb Woods along Holcomb Road, they experience strange phenomena with their radios and cell phones. Also, apparitions have been reported at this location, as well as disembodied children's voices. Feelings of uneasiness have been reported here as well. A contributor to the website ohioexploration.com named Dustin Smith shares an experience he and friends had while testing the legend of Holcomb Road. Dustin describes seeing red glowing eyes in the middle of the road after performing the ritual. Some in the vehicle experienced cold chills and the feeling like they shouldn't be on the road. After leaving the Holcomb Road area, a semi-truck tailed them for a few miles until they turned off Route 6 onto Bowling Green Road. His abridged story is as follows.
It was a little over 2 months ago when this happened. My brother, sister-in-law, niece, nephew, myself, and a friend of ours were coming back from Fostoria. It was about 2 a.m. when we were on 199 and were joking around, having a good time, when I mentioned the story of Holcomb Road. Not intending to be serious, I said that I would like to check it out sometime, and that's when my brother said, "Okay, let's do it." I told him that the story goes that if you sit in the middle of the woods, flash your headlights 3 times, then a pair of headlights are supposed to appear and follow you until you're off that road, and if you look behind you, the headlights will shoot off to one side and disappear. As soon as we got to Holcomb Road, we all locked our doors, not knowing what was going to happen. So we drove down the middle of the road because there were no other cars on the road. We stopped in the middle of the woods, turned the radio off, and flashed the headlights 3 times. Nothing happened, so we went down to the end of the road, turned around facing 199, then went back down the road. We stopped in the middle of the woods, flashed the headlights 3 more times, and that's when my brother, sister-in-law, and myself, we all got cold chills everywhere. Of course, my niece and nephew were asleep in the back seat, and our friend thought we were crazy. This whole time this was going on, we decided to go across 199 to the other side of Holcomb Road. We turned around facing Holcomb Road in the middle of the road. I was the first one to see a pair of red eyes staring directly at us in the middle of the road, and I asked if they see the eyes too, and they do. As soon as we got back across 199 to the other side of the road, we all 3 got the same feeling, like we shouldn't be on this road.
The truth is, there are many accounts that are very similar about the Holcomb Woods, involving eerie feelings, strange lights, and the feeling of a certain kind of presence following them home. We can only question for ourselves if these accounts are true or made up simply to scare someone during Halloween. Personally, I have not yet been along the stretch of Holcomb Road at night, but do know that during the day there is a feeling of oppressiveness surrounding this location, and one that makes a person want to get through and by as soon as possible. Until any further confirmation, the legends of Holcomb Woods will remain, leading any persons intrigued by the story to find out what they find awaiting them there.